All right, y'all already know what time it is. We got a brand new dungeon in Destiny 2, y'all. A brand new dungeon. And you know what that means? New weapons, new armor, and most importantly, an all new exotic weapon. So let's talk about it. Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Los Angel of Havoc, aka Latato, the one and only High Priest of the congregation. Welcome back to another installment of Latato Clips, where we've got a little bit of everything. And today we're going to be talking about Buried Bloodline, the brand new exotic sidearm that you can get from the Warlord's Ruin dungeon upon completion. It is a random drop at the final encounter, so do pray to the RNG gods for their blessings so you can get it in as few runs as possible. I was lucky enough to get it on my second try, and I actually got a chance to use it in the dungeon. So we're going to unpack the sidearm itself and go over some pros and cons. Now, real quick before we get started, this is your spoiler warning. If you haven't had a chance to run Warlord's Ruin and you don't want to see anything regarding the final encounter or anything of that sort, please turn off the video now, get a chance to get a run or two in, and then make your way back here. If you're still watching at this point, then I'm going to assume that you've at least run the dungeon, or at bare minimum, you don't mind seeing gameplay of it. But without any further ado, let's get to breaking down Buried Bloodline. For starters, it comes with the exotic perks Hungering Quarrel and Violent Reanimation. With Hungering Quarrel, it double fires tracking bolts, and landing bolts leeches health from the target, while with Violent Reanimation, multiple final blows with the weapon grants Devour to the wielder, which, for a potato like me, that's kind of nice. It also comes with Hard Launch, Flared Magwell, and Hand-Laid Stock, which overall, that combination is going to see increases to projectile speed, reload speed, and stability, while there will also be a decrease in blast radius. It can hold up to 62 rounds with an 11-round magazine, and each round fired is 2 bolts. This thing actually does really good damage in PvE at slightly under 10k for body shots and just a little under 13k for crits. In PvP, you load in with 6 rounds to start. It's a 2-shot headshot with around 100 crit, and it also does 86 to the body. So overall, this thing has some pretty solid utility. Now, as for pros and cons, on the pro side, as I said before, this thing puts in hella work in PvE. It's essentially a one-shot for most red bar enemies. I use it as my main energy weapon at the final boss in the dungeon itself. It does really good damage against yellow bar enemies as well. It can take out the blights in one shot in that encounter, and it's also very, very hipfire friendly. The fact that it can also proc Devourer as well once you get 3 kills helps immensely when playing to survivability, especially when it comes to enemy dense action-packed encounters. It also did awesome damage against the final boss in lieu of heavy when I was running out. I could see it being very useful for any sort of void subclass build. Now, as for cons, I could see it performing well in PvP based on the little bit of testing I did with a friend after I got it, but the issue I can see folks running into is getting those kills in and staying on top of having special ammo. When you have the option of shotguns and fusion rifles, it's probably not going to be your first choice, given that you have options that can do a lot more with one shot than this can with the 6 that you initially load in with. Be that as it may, going into my own personal thoughts about how Buried Bloodline feels with the playtime I've had with it, I enjoy it. I like it. It feels very good to me. I love that whether I'm ADSing or firing from the hip, it's pretty smooth. I transition honestly a lot between hip firing and ADSing with this gun specifically for that fact, and I've just had a blast with it. I'm going to be using it a lot more and trying to see which of my void builds I can work around with it for every single one of my characters. So I'm excited to do more with it. I hope you guys have enjoyed this little review breakdown of Buried Bloodline. Almost forgot to mention, Buried Bloodline does have a quest associated with unlocking its catalyst, and once you do unlock its catalyst and socket it, get the kills, do everything necessary to really take advantage of the catalyst grants Split Vein Lineage, which gives it the ability to weaken targets upon hits while Devour is active. So happy build crafting. Now, if you enjoyed the video, it would mean a lot to me if you could give it a thumbs up. It's a little bit, but it does go a long way in terms of helping the channel grow. If you'd like to see more content like this, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next one. My name is Lost Angel of Havoc. Thank you so much for watching Laytato Clips. We will see you next time, friends. Same lay time, same lay channel.